I've now got to the stage where just about every day, not every day, but just about every day, I sit down and make one of these talking head videos, and I simply produce whatever comes into my mind at the time. And at the moment I was thinking about, what's his name? Deepak Chopra's book called Synchrodestiny, and how synchronous events occur in our life once we've decided to ask the big question, who am I, or what am I, and seriously seek the answers to that question. And Mr. S.N. Goenka, who was the teacher of Vipassana meditation, said that once we do this, and he said this is a meditation centre, the whole universe conspires to help us bring that truth into reality, or words to that effect. In other words, to find out who and what we truly are. And many synchronous events has happened to me over the last 30 years or so. One of those, of course, is the way that books arrive in my life, or videos I watch on perhaps YouTube. And one of the books which arrived in my life very easily was this one, Living Your Life on Purpose by Greg Anderson. I happened to be browsing around a market one time, and there it was, sitting amongst lots of other books, 50 cents. I thought, 50 cents, the title sounds interesting, I'll grab that. And I did. And that was way, way back. Way, way back. I'll tell you how far back it was. 2002. I read it through in 2002. Since that time, I've read it through and dipped into it occasionally 12 times. I'm now on the 13th reading. This is the way I handle a lot of my books. I tend to find a book which has content which appeals to me, and I study it, memorize it, and obviously such books have an influence in my life. Here's something I'd like to read out of this book. It says, a life mission is a continuing responsibility that one is specifically fit to fulfill. Your mission is a calling, a life work, a vocation. It is not a job or a goal that you can check off from a list after having accomplished it. One's mission is something more, something far greater. It is a way of living and being on a deeper, more significant level that results in actions that change lives. Part of your discovery process will involve exploring these deeper dimensions of your own life mission. Now, this Greg Anderson, who I've never met, only read his book, this book, made a big impression on me because at the outset he tells us something which astounds many. In 1984, he got very ill. He saw his doctor, his specialist, and he was told that he had metastatic lung cancer and had only 30 days in which to live. 30 days, a month. In a month he would be dead. Now, as you know, this didn't happen. 12 years later he wrote this book. One of the reasons is, instead of taking the usual, oh, help me, oh, I'm gone, and all this sort of stuff, feeling sorry for himself and going downhill and dying, He thought to himself, people overcome this. Many people have survived this sort of diagnosis. Why? How did they do it? He then spent the next 2.5 years studying and interviewing hundreds of people to find out why and how they managed to get rid of the big C. And it was this. All of them had a sense of mission that they could not die until that was accomplished. Whatever it might be, they had this sense of mission, I'm not ready to go yet. And so they didn't. So that was very impressive. And in his studies, he came up with a formula. And that formula is V plus S times P equals M. So what does this mean? Pardon me. The V stands for vision. You've got to have a vision as to what you can do. And the plus S is service. It's got to be service, not to yourself, to other people. You must have a vision of serving other people. And P times P, passion. You must feel passionate about it. You must really want to do it. And when you've got those, the vision plus the service of how you're going to do it and the passion about how you feel about doing it, you have a vision. You have a mission. Vision plus service times passion equals mission. And once we have that, we have a real reason to live. A real reason to live. Perhaps the reason we were born to live. Our purpose in life, our true purpose. Our main purpose for everyone, I think, is to find out who and what we really are. Our secondary purpose is to find our particular mission in life and go after it with all our hearts, all our minds, and all our soul. You want a purposeful life? You want happiness, contentment, meaning? Go for mission.